Yeah, Ananya, ma'am, you can start.
Good evening. I extend a very warm welcome to all of you present here. Our most esteemed chief guest of today, our speaker, Dr. Amrutha Joshi Ambedkar, who is popularly known as Amrutha Langs, where Langs signifies language. She is a polyglot, having studied 25 foreign languages. She's a translator, educator, a writer, and above all, she is a homeschooling mom and a life coach. I also extend my warm greetings to Dr. Daud Ved Sir, Shazia ma'am, our principal Joyce ma'am, Christina ma'am, my dear teachers, parents, and of course our lovely students. Today, we have gathered here to know in details about some information on the positivity of inspirations on the life of Dr. Amrutha. I'm sure after this session, we all will implement what we call where there is a will, there's a way in our lives too. This event is organized by Golden Sparrow Hub School. I, Ananya Chatterjee, your host for tonight, would like to tell you something more about Golden Sparrow Hub School or GSH. Golden Sparrow Hub School, or as the name goes, Sone Ki Chidiya. We are a bunch of K-12 school which is following the new age of learning technologies. We are the most digitally upgraded school and we follow a blended curriculum of learning. We follow the K-12 schooling method, which means our curriculum is accepted worldwide from nursery to grade 12, which also means wherever you are, you will carry a mark of Golden Sparrow with you. We have the best level of technologies inculcated in our studies. We have a very interesting 4 days weekly classes for all the children. We have finished models of studies. Along with our regular assessments, we also carry out authentic assessments, which is sometimes different from the pen and paper assessment. We have top quality teachers taking up the best of technologies and offering the best to the children we have with us. The subjects that Golden Sparrow Hub School offers are mathematics, science, English, social studies, computers, arts, and Hindi as a language. We follow the national education policy that is set up by the government of India, which is implemented from the year 2023 and henceforth. We also provide some co-curricular subjects which includes life skill, entrepreneurship, sustainable goals, business studies, public speaking, so that our children are always ready and always there to at least answer 10 sentences on any topic given to them. The learning resource that Golden Sparrow Hub School uses are PDFs for their self-studies. Our books are easily available on Amazon. We also upload videos on YouTube and Google Drive. In case any child is absent or missing any class for any reason, we always have it ready for our children to get themselves regularized with the class. The boards that Golden Sparrow Hub School has to offer you are the pre-primary classes follow the early education board, which is the preschool board. From grade 1 to 8, we follow the CBSE curriculum and the Cambridge curriculum. For grades 9, 10, 11, and 12, we follow the Government of India NIOS curriculum. And I can proudly say that our children from grade 10 and 12 are coming out with excellent results. All thanks to our very efficient teachers and, of course, Golden Sparrow Hub School. Along with activities, we also have some special events organized in Golden Sparrow Hub School. Okay, as it popularly said that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. We never allow our children to be dull, rather, they are shining high like the golden sparrows. So, to conduct these activities, we follow certain fun games sometimes in the class along with our academics, which includes the bucket challenge, the law day, the game day, where our children are also updated with the situations all around, with the rules, laws, everything all around us. Who said games cannot be played in their homes through online classes? Please visit our online classes and watch your children enjoying the fun of games. I would also tell you to please reach us through our various social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can also connect to us through www.hubschooling.com or get in touch with the number provided on your screen. Hope to see you soon.
Yeah, Ananya ma'am,
Now,
thank you so much.
we come to the most awaited moment for all of us. I would like to take the privilege to welcome and introduce our chief guest to all of you, Dr. Amrutha Joshi Ambedkar. And we are glad that she has taken out some of her extremely precious time to make us aware about various positivities of life and that is all around us. She will enlighten us on how much life has to offer us to learn. She has been invited to speak, give lectures, and participate in discussions on various topics in many countries. Her achievements have earned her numerous awards and recognitions. Langs has also created a program that teaches children and educators how to use metacognition to learn and teach effectively. Her program was launched in the UK and later in other parts of the world, including India also. Now, over to you, Anita ma'am.
Hi,
Hello, ma'am. Welcome to Golden Sparrow Hub School.
thank you so much, Ananya ma'am, for the lovely introduction. And it's really nice to see you all here. And most importantly, before I start to speak, I would like to thank Mr. Ved for inviting me here. And it's such a wonderful thing that you're doing here. I mean, I was aware of this school, and I had little bit knowledge, but the kind of activities that you're doing here, it's very nice, and I wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And yes, so hi, this is me, Amruta, Amruta Joshi Amdekar, also known as Amruta Langs. Well, I would like to share with you all what is Langs. Ananya ma'am rightly said, Langs is languages. But how did this Langs, and how did this Amruta Langs, take place? Take place because now Amruta Langs has become like, um, I don't know. Should I? I can't call it a brand because it's my name, right? But my friends also call me Langs. My students call me Langs. My son teases me and calls me Langs. So everyone calls me Langs. So how did this Langs journey take place, and how was Langs born? So was I a born polyglot? Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe, maybe not. Um, so I was inclined towards languages, but obviously I was not aware of that. It was my mother who recognized the talent. It's always that, right? The parents channelize, they recognize, they identify, and then they channelize. So That's exactly how it happened. So, whenever we used to travel, I was raised by my mom. She was a single mother, and whenever we used to travel and wherever we went in India only, whichever city, state, I used to pick up few words like quickly. Like it could be hi, hello, how are you? It could be the numbers, 1 to 10 numbers, or anything. And she used to be like, hey, wow, I mean, how fast are you at picking things up, and especially when it comes to languages. Or I used to make and create these code languages. I was really fascinated with that. So as a child, I used to love speaking also in code languages, and used to keep on creating new codes to speak with my mother only. But I used to keep on doing that, yeah, it's our secret code, it's our secret language. So anything and everything to do with languages, I was extremely fascinated. But obviously, the journey didn't just happen, and it was not like कि हाँ चलो languages आ गए and I'm able to do it. It wasn't that easy. When it came to schooling, and I went to a regular school, SSC board school. um, Now, it was a very weird rule. It still is. This rule still exists. It existed then as well. And I know now that it was such a weird rule then. Which rule? I'll come to that. But now, being a language professional, a language educator, I know how funny some rules are, and how sometimes these rules restrict us. In seventh standard, they used to see our marks for English language, and then decide whether we could get French language as the optional language or not. So we had English, Hindi, Marathi in school. I was in English medium, SSC board school. And in eighth standard, we had to take one more language. It was either Sanskrit or it was French language option, or you could take 100 marks Hindi. So I was like, I was sure that I want to take up French, because given my passion for languages, yes, I want to learn French. That was decided. But if I don't get good marks in English, I would not be allowed to learn French in school. And how funny it is, because if you think about it, does it mean that all the French people speak English, and are the French people judged on their knowledge of English language? Tomorrow, if a Japanese person, for example, if a Japanese person wants to learn French language, will he be forced to first learn English and then learn Japanese? No, there's no connection in between. But still, again, there are some funny rules, like I was saying, and today I know that that rule was so funny and so silly. Luckily, I got good marks and I was allowed to take French, and then I was like, yay, now I can take French and now I can learn French. But again, I started learning French, and then I was like, hey, I'm not understanding only anything. I'm so bad at it. My confidence, I mean, the confidence that I had before learning the language and before choosing the language was this high, which went dhap karke niche, because I was like, boss, nahi aa raha hai, nahi jam raha hai. It's just not happening. And then in school, we used to not, I mean, they didn't really teach us to speak, or it was more like 50 marks paper. So you have to rote learn vocabulary, you have to rote learn the grammar, you have to write the paper like fill in the blanks. They used to give us 2 3 essays to rote learn, and then out of which any one essay will come for 10 marks. It used to be like my friend Mon Ami and all that. So I was not very happy with this style of, I mean, I didn't know if there is any correct way of learning. Now I'm talking about, I passed out 10th in 1999. So I'm talking about that age when it was not internet, and there was no computers. I mean, we had like 386, 486, wo zamana. It was a 486 zamana, 386 zamana.
No, ma'am, will not ask you your age, but the dinosaurs when they were living, right?
Correct. So, I mean, in that age, learning a foreign language was such a difficult task, because so few forget. hardly any books were available. We didn't know where to buy, what to buy. So once my there was one benefit. So my granddad, my mom's father, he had like a massive collection of books. Okay, so we had like a lot of books, and we used to always also get, as a child, I still remember these Soviet Union had these magazines called Misha and other names I don't recollect. So those magazines used to be in Russian and English, and I was so fascinated. Again, I used to not understand nothing, but just fascinated with that whole thing, that ulta R is what, and what is this script and all those things. So there was somewhere those seeds were sown in me, that okay, I had that curiosity, I wanted to learn but didn't know what is going to be my path. And yeah, Misha from Russia, correct, that was our manga, absolutely, that indeed was you know and then when it came to learning French in school, uh, वो तो बस हो गया मतलब आई then there came a time where I started also scoring good in French. Okay, बाकी के पढ़ाई I was not really good, to tell you frankly, but French, okay, I used to score good, but what, I was not able to speak, I did not understand French, that was not French, that was just getting 50 on 50, 48 on 50 and something like that, but that had nothing to do with learning French and knowing French language. Then in my after my 10th exam, in the vacation, in the May vacation, my granddad took me to Mumbai Darshan. Okay, and he said that I'm going to take you today to Max Muller Bhavan. That is where German is taught, Goethe Institute, Max Muller Bhavan. And I was like, so I used to call, he was my nana, my mom's dad, but we used to call him Dada fondly. Okay, so I was like, दादा तुम्ही मला जर्मन शिकायला का नेताय, इथे धड फ्रेंच येत नाहीये, I'm not able to speak French, learn French, understand French. You're taking me for German tuitions. What? For why? What am I going to do? He was like, ठीक है ना, French नहीं आया. You might like German. You might, learn German. So I was like, okay, let's see. But I was like, नहीं यार, ये तो कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. But trust me, I don't know if I fell in love with Max Miller Bhavan, the building, or the library, or the teachers, or the whole ambience in Max Miller Bhavan, or the German language. I don't know. But after that, there was no looking back. So that was my turning point, and I started learning more and more languages. So I did my German language course. Meanwhile, 11th and 12th, I had joined Sophia College, and there I was continuing with my French language studies. And then I also joined Alliance Française, where I took did some levels and gathered some more certificates. And then I was curious about Japanese, so I started learning Japanese. And when, so then at that time, there were very few courses in Mumbai, and for me, shuffling between my college, my home, my German classes, French classes, Japanese classes was becoming so difficult in Mumbai, because उस time भी traffic काफी होता था, though it's not as worse as now, but it used to be there. And traveling in bus and all those things was very difficult. So then I decided to go. So now think about it. I didn't know the word homeschool then, okay? उस वक्त 12th standard, I read about this, in Times of India. No, not in Times. Wait, in Reader's Digest, there was this article about some American boy. He was homeschooled in US, and he had studied earlier than his age, and he had earned some I don't remember, high school graduation, and then some graduation degrees earlier, like before your eligible age. He did that way earlier, and that was possible because he was homeschooling. In mathematics he had done. So that was some article that I read when I was in 12th standard. I didn't even know the meaning of homeschooling. I didn't know anything. But I was like, hey, what fun, yeah. He didn't have to go. Because for me, what I started to feel was college is not bad. But for me, it had become like, okay, am I wasting time? Because I was not getting enough time to do my languages. And when I read about that article, I was like, is it really possible? Can I do this here? And being the rebel me, I actually tried to find out without internet. Imagine, without internet, tried to find out uh, how to do homeschooling. And it was not homeschooling. The word was not homeschooling, but the word was distance education, and that was always there, which I was not aware of, nor my mother was aware of. But slowly we gathered information, and then मुझे पता चला कि जैसे I would have graduated Bachelor's of Arts BA in whatever subject that I want from my college. Similarly, I can do it from Mumbai University. I don't need to attend every day. I can study by myself and then give the exams. I was like, this is perfect. This will suit my um, aim, because my aim and my passion was languages. And ये डिग्री तो बस मुझे चाहिए थी बाजू में कि बस बीए इकोनॉमिक्स में हूँ, वो दिखाने के लिए चाहिए थी. I literally didn't have any interest, to tell you frankly, in pursuing that, because my whole passion was languages. And at that time, very few universities were offering bachelors in those foreign languages. One great opportunity was, a great option was JNU Delhi, but मुझे अकेले को दिल्ली भेजना वगैरह, it was just not feasible. So the easiest option was distance education, and I was doing my languages. So I went to Pune and I did my languages. So I started learning, studying and teaching at the same time. So जो languages मेरी पढ़कर हो गई थी, I had already started teaching them, and I was studying. So by the age of 18, I was taking tuitions, started translating, had started taking small, batches. I used to teach under senior teachers. You can call them interns now. So all this big words and this vocabulary was not known then. And then I did my distance education. I graduated. By the time I graduated, I had already established my Academy of Foreign Languages and Culture. I had started my classes, full-fledged classes for foreign languages. And yeah, all that was happening. I started taking study tours to foreign countries, taking my students there, doing corporate trainings, translations. फिर मेरी शादी हो गई, and then I totally forgot about homeschooling. वो किधर भी दिमाग में नहीं था. I was doing very well in my career. Then I got pregnant, and then I got a son. And फिर भी मुझे ये बिल्कुल याद नहीं था that I have to homeschool, or there was this something that I had read about homeschooling. I also started chasing schools like all the competitive parents do. And then one fine day, I was like, seriously? Is this what we want? And then when that pause came, and when we started questioning ourselves, we were like, no, what if we homeschool? And then we had Google, we had internet when my son was born. So 2011, he was born. And then, he has experienced school. He went to an international school in junior KG for some time. I pulled him out. And me and my husband, we decided that yes, let's homeschool. We are going to homeschool him. We started homeschooling. We did for a year. And we again put him back to school, a traditional ICSE board school. So he understands what is homeschool, what is traditional school, the difference. And that is the time when he came back to us and said that, you know what, I like our school, I like homeschool. And we started homeschooling him. And trust me, जो मैंने रीडर्स डाइजेस्ट में when I was in 12th grade I had read, uh, I don't know, should I say history repeats? Uh, my son gave his 10th board exams as a private candidate through Cambridge IGCSE boards at the age of 12. So what we had read, it was not actually, even in the mind when we planned, but somewhere subconsciously it is there, like they say. And we were able to plan it and design it and take things ahead. Now, this is my journey and still it's ongoing. My son is now 13 years old and he's joined 11th standard, I mean, Cambridge Board ASA levels now. That's that. But what do we learn from this? What are the things that, one needs to understand? See, being a parent, I'm also an educator, but being a parent, I would say, in today's this, it's crazy, mad, over competitive world today. Because, the competition is so bad that if you are not in the competition, you feel that, am I a loser? Is the question that even the parents start to ask themselves. बाजू वाले बच्चे ने तो हैरी पॉटर पूरी पढ़ दी 7वें साल में, मेरा बेटा तो जेरोनिमो लेके बैठा है. That's the pain that I hear from parents, that my son is reading only Geronimo. The daughter, our neighbor's daughter, she has finished Harry Potter. Is this really a problem? I don't think so. I think even if they read Geronimo, or there is something called as I don't know, some pants, Mr. Underpants or something. ऐसा कुछ funny name है. My son also had that phase, he used to also Captain Underpants. Yeah, that's the word. Something like that. Yeah, correct. Captain Underpants. So Captain Underpants पढ़ने से, are they going to have uh, really bad future or something of that sort? Or are they going to be labeled as losers if they don't read Harry Potter? No. So I think, the basic things are, do they read? Yeah. So even if they read something, like whatever they like, every child has different likes and dislikes. The whole idea is that, there are a lot of discussions that take place about digitalization, a lot of discussions that take place in today's educational landscape about uh, modernization, about bringing about changes and adapting is important, because when we say that change is the only constant, adapting is so important. We have to keep changing, but no one talks about the most important thing. What is that thing? I will say, I'll just tell you, I'll just share in a minute. But tell me something. We go to I don't know, a dosa joint, okay, a restaurant where they serve dosas, and if we all are sitting together, I'm sure that Christina ma'am, Ananya ma'am, Daud sir, Shazia ma'am, all of us and me, all of us, we will order different kinds of dosas. I might try what Ananya ma'am likes, but I will still want a kind of dosa that I like. We will say ke chalo, I want masala dosa. Someone might order Mysore masala dosa, cheese sada dosa, paper dosa, and whatnot. एक डोसा ऑर्डर करने के लिए we think so much, we put in so much of thinking के नहीं नहीं चिली कम डालना, I want spicy, I want चटपटा, so many things. पानी पूरी खाने में so many variations, तीखा पानी कम भैया, मीठा पानी ज्यादा, and all those variants you have. But no one thinks when it comes to education. What about customizing education? We think about customizing that ice cream, that dress. टेलर ने एक सिलाई गलत कर दी, ये तो यहाँ पे टाइट हो रहा है, ये तो बेटे को बैठ नहीं रहा है. We discuss all these things, but we do not see if the education that our child is getting is really fitting him or her or not. And that is the most important thing. Because अगर हाथी को आप बोलोगे कि चलो climb tree, and if you tell monkey to go dive into the water, and you tell the fish to start flying, obviously all the three are going to be unsuccessful. So we need to understand every child's talent. I don't believe that a genius is born. Ha, maybe, shayad, there is something genetic, there is something that is कि genius is born. ठीक है, वो शायद 1%, but 99%, I think it is how we identify, how we nurture them, and how what we offer. Nurture matlab not necessarily constant helicoptering, homework kiya kya, फुटबॉल भी भेजो, टेनिस भी खेलो, वो भी कॉम्पिटिटिव लेवल पे खेलो, डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल, स्टेट लेवल, नेशनल लेवल, व्हाट नॉट, एंड देन ओलंपियाड्स भी दे दो, सब ओलंपियाड्स दे दो, एंड देन यू ऑल्सो डू योर स्कूलिंग, एंड what are we really achieving with so many things all compiled together? And then we see that there are burnout syndromes, kids burn out, they get tired, they get exhausted, and jab actual, it's the time when they have to perform, they get bored or they don't feel like doing it. So, especially in today's world when there are so many things which we can actually do, because I remember वो ज़माने में जब I decided to do distance education and I decided to take up languages as a career, उस वक्त में सिर्फ you become a doctor or engineer, you go in for medicine or engineering, then you're successful. अभी भी काफी हद तक वो ही थोड़ा, that is the kind of mentality still, but it's changed massive still, I would say. Back then it was more like languages, what is she going to do with that? Distance education मतलब कॉलेज छोड़ दिया, पढ़ाई छोड़ दी? तो these were the kind of questions that we got. And but the joke is that when we decided to homeschool our child, we also got some similar questions like, अच्छा तो socialize कहाँ पे करेगा, दोस्त कहाँ मिलेंगे? तो I always get these I mean, I always wonder कि क्या हम दोस्त सिर्फ स्कूल में बनाते हैं? Don't we go to parks? Don't we have neighbors? Don't we have people around us? And we stay in a country, we live in a country like India where लोगों की कमी नहीं है, तो दोस्तों की कमी कैसे हो सकती है? So I don't think socialization is a problem when you're living in India. Okay, maybe if you're living in a country like, I don't know, Finland or something where लोग दिखाई नहीं देते शायद, but not here, right? So I think all these things need to be taken care of. Basic life skills, and basic life skills mean everyone talks about, oh, my child is independent, वो खुद से खाना खाने लगा, when he was 3, 4 he started eating by himself. We don't have to feed him. क्यों नहीं भाई? I believe you feed your child, feed them till they are what they go in 12th standard. You make some nice dal chawal and feed them. That's not a problem. घर पे दादी है, नानी है, they will feed them. It's a beautiful thing. Why not? Independent बनना मतलब it's not just about you start you're able to wipe your butt and you're able to feed yourselves is not becoming independent. Becoming independent is way more than that. Becoming independent is understanding your responsibilities कि खुद का खाना होने के बाद you go and wash your plate. When you are setting table, all the family members are getting the food on the table, they are all sitting together. ऐसा नहीं कि ये मम्मी का काम है कि परोसो और खुद वो ही सब परोसे एंड देन बस हो गया. नो, all these things, small things, tiny things. If your grandparents need your help, I remember, and I proudly share this, my mom has a lot of ailments and she's a cancer patient and she's not able to cut her toenails by bending down, and my son does it for her. I think that is another level of independence, because that comes with responsibility. That is understanding that, okay, it's not just about my own independence, but it is about, do people in my family need me? How do I help them? And not just help them, but it is part of being what I am and who I am. So understanding these things is so important while growing up. So लोगों को लगता है कि my child gave 10th early and तो हम लोग full time पढ़ाई ही करते थे. It's not that. पढ़ाई जरूर करते थे, obviously, because you have to learn and you have to study eventually, but learning is more important and we learned more than studying. So I am a kind of person who believes that more than studying, if you learn, then you will remember forever, because you study for a limited period of time. You study for one exam. From exam to exam, what you do is study. But learning is something that happens every single day. We do it even today. Today, I might learn something new and I will learn something new, and we will never stop learning. because learning never stops, and learning is for lifelong. It's We are lifelong learners, and till the time we are lifelong learners, we will have the adaptability, we will have that thing in us that will allow us to be open minded towards all the new changes that are coming up. We and I Another thing is, do not like is, blaming the next generation, because see, when we are saying change is the only constant, and when we are saying that every 10 years the generation changes, there are some, and today forget 10 years, you get up next day, I mean tomorrow morning, and you don't know what change is going to be taking place, and things are going to change, technology or any damn thing, right? So in that case, who are we to blame the next generation? If we are not able to change ourselves, who are we to blame? So I do not believe in blaming anyone. I believe कि जो वो नया कर रहे हैं वो समझ ले, and then probably, okay, share the wisdom and show them the path, and then they will decide what they want. So that's as easy as that. And yeah, I mean, I would like to open the floor to more questions, and I would like have a conversation on this, because if we want to truly embrace uh, this ever changing educational landscape, and which is changing drastically now, ever so changing, I think customization is one thing that we need to focus on. Customizing as per our child's needs. And when I say our child's needs, कि अगर आपको twins है, तो each twin will have different needs. So we have to cater to that. We have to think about that, and then I think half the battle is won. Thank you. And I'm open to questions. So whatever questions you all have, feel free to ask me.
Thank you, ma'am. That was a real awareness session for all of us. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
We got to learn so many new things. And the most important thing is life has to offer so many things to us. So we always have to believe that change is the only constant.
Absolutely.
Now, before we go ahead with the question answer session, we would like to just request our very loved person of Golden Sparrow Hub School, Dr. Daud Ved sir, to please speak up something. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much, Ananya ma'am.
Thank you.
Amrita ma'am, it was a delight and a pleasure to hear you. I mean, what you do here, we've got some amazing people here. I know Rukmini ma'am here with a French star itself behind, so there's a French connection. Moment you spoke about German, I have my daughter coming up, and all of them were holding up. Okay, where is she learning your German from? And she's like, quizzer, ma'am. Your journey is so fascinating,
Thank you.
so interesting, absolutely amazing. I wish I knew at least half the languages. Life would college would have been easier. I would get more freebies in my canteen, and at least some marks in my practicals. But ma'am, the idea, what you just spoke was brilliant. I
Thank
mean, your journey to raising your child from the challenges you took up. I mean, you are talking about distance learning 2.5 decades back. And
Yes.
absolutely, ma'am, it is a delight. Probably most of the time I speak a lot, but today, I am speechless because there's a polyglot in front of us.
Thank you.
There's 6,000 languages. I think one of the things you encourage me and my entire team is I always been there. Learn language. It opens up so much, isn't it, Amrita ma'am?
It
The
does.
culture. I just remember one incident. I went to Moscow. I did a lot of my work there with the Russians. Not very nice people. We know the Ukrainians can also be on our side now. But I went to a McDonald's, and the only words I know is нет and da, which is yes and no. और मैं उनको पूछ रहा हूँ कि fish burger मिलेगा, fish burger. And then I had to go and do like this, a fish swimming and a burger in between. Somehow I got it. But Amrita ma'am, hats off to you. I think there's so many questions being flooded up. We have a language quiz, by the way. Audience versus the speaker. That I'll do it later. But the floor is open for you, ma'am. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much.
So, ma'am, just give us 2 more minutes. We also have our very loved child, dear Rafael, who will speak us about his journey on homeschooling. And then
Lovely.
it's time for our parents to clear their doubts with you. Rafael, would you please share your experience with us?
Sure, ma'am. I am Rafael from 7th grade at Golden Sparrow Hub Schooling. I am from Bangalore and I've already changed schools 5 times within the city limits due to change in my father's work location. And this is my sixth school. In the case of the other schools, I had to travel to get education, while in the case of homeschooling, the education is right at my home. Due to some unavoidable situations, I had to drop out from the previous school, and Golden Sparrow Hub Schooling was an interim option for 6th grade. But everything was going so good with the homeschooling that I continued for 7th grade too. The list of good things goes on. First things first, I get to wake up a little late. I get enough time to finish my morning routines, freshen up, practice a little bit of meditation, and a morning walk in the sun with Nico, my cat. I don't need to travel to school in the heavy traffic congestion and waste time in the school bus morning and evening. I don't have to carry heavy baggage, not knowing why I carry so many books. I'm able to plan my day very well, giving me enough time for other extracurricular activities and sports in the evening. I play football and basketball. I join the classes at the click of a button, and I'm enabled with all the required tools and materials in the system for easy access and better learning. The teachers are very supportive and motivating that I love learning in a fun manner through a lot of project works. The day is well scheduled with adequate breaks between periods, giving me enough time to be ready with all my required materials and prepare for the next class. And Friday is an off, giving me opportunity to learn something outside of syllabus. I spend my Friday on learning swimming and skating. Best of all, amidst all the subjects, syllabus, and curriculum, we are taught life skills every week without a miss. This includes learning soft skills, behaviors, online and offline etiquettes, values of life, and SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, and etc. Overall, Golden Sparrow Hub Schooling gives me a wonderful learning environment where I feel comfortable and I'm having a blast. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Rafael. That was so nice. Now we come to the next session of today's segment, that is our parents. If you still have any doubt, please come forward. Dr. Amrutha ma'am and Dr. Daud sir would clear all your doubts and encourage you more to do something very good, very positive in life.
Good evening, everyone, and good evening, Amrita ma'am. Your
Hi, good
talk was
evening.
really, really high, really,
Thank
really excellent. We just recently joined Golden Sparrow Hub Schooling, and I have twins. So you actually, that was in my mind, and I was just about to say that it is so different. And plus, it's a boy and a girl, and the boy is a real boy, and the girl is a real girl. So it's very difficult. So even with this 4 days of schooling, my kids are enjoying, though they don't speak out much or they don't do their classwork वो सब है, but we are just taking it lightly at the moment because there is as you said, there is no point in pushing, and
Absolutely.
they are, yes, yeah, and they are a good learner, so we have left it at that. But what my concern was that since you already raised it, it was very easy for me to say it, that like I do understand that both of them are very different, and what interest one doesn't interest the other. And another problem with twins is that we cannot take them separately and do it, because they always want to be together in crime. So so it's very difficult to take कि एक मम्मी के साथ बैठ गया, एक पापा के साथ बैठ गया, या एक अकेले बैठ गया, ये नहीं होता है. So sometimes I do get stressed with इतना भी करना मुझे बहुत stressful लगता है. So what would be your suggestion that and another thing with languages, like I am a Tamilian and my husband is from Bihar, so we speak Hindi at home. So they have picked up Hindi very well, and English, of course, thoda bahut, whatever they say. But Tamil, my father stays with me, so we speak in Tamil. Though they know the words, though we started in Tamil, but they are very comfortable in Hindi. So we do want that they learn, this kind of language. And my son, I don't know from where, he's very much interested in Urdu. So Urdu usko karna hai. So how do we put across this language sense into them,
Sure.
the importance? Yeah.
Sure. So, answering your first question, how do you, you have twins, and how do you cater to each one's needs at the same time without, losing your own sanity? So, and to tell you frankly, let me tell you, Being stressed is, I think so, part of being a parent. So it's all right, I think, till the time you're not like overly stressed and you're not burdening yourselves with the stress. So it's okay. Second thing is, ऐसे नहीं है कि today I'm giving this, gyan doesn't mean that I didn't get stressed or I didn't have those nightmares. To tell you honestly, because if I don't portray honestly what I went through, I don't want to create a fake image that will put you into more stress. So rather, trust me, everyone goes through those nightmares and you feel that, अरे भगवान मैं कैसे पढ़ाऊं, कैसे सिखाऊं and what not, all those things. So it's absolutely normal to feel that. Secondly, how do you manage? Maybe what you can do is divide the days, like you say okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday you take up what your son likes, and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday what your daughter likes. So you can take up together only, because you're not able to keep both of them separate. Obviously, I mean, they are twins and they are so siblings, so obviously you can't separate even siblings, forget twins. So, and they want to sit together, so let them sit together. Monday, Wednesday, Friday can be your son's time, and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday can be your daughter's time, and then accordingly you can take it forward. Coming to the language part, I think in that early years, early age group, they are like SpongeBobs, not the dumb SpongeBob who comes on Cartoon Network, the real SpongeBobs who are like sponge, like literally absorbing whatever you give them. So if you're speaking Tamil and your husband is speaking Hindi, and there's granddad who's speaking Tamil, and then there is English and Hindi and Urdu and all these things happening around him, it's such a beautiful place where organically they are getting to learn. So don't stress out much. You know what you can probably do, a simplest thing is ke, when you're serving them food, you speak in Tamil. One day they will respond back and they will speak to you back in Tamil. So maybe you're just talking casually with them, and then you share a joke and in Tamil, and then you learn, make them appreciate the jokes because when you start to appreciate joke in a certain language, your level of proficiency increases. Start singing songs and in those languages. That's the best way to give exposure to languages. And trust me, at that age it happens very easily, because today, trust me, I'm crossing 40s, but the amount of languages which I have in my kitty, I would say, the kind of fluency or the knowledge that I had, I don't think I have now, because it with age, really it's somewhere kind of rusts it. And second thing is, it's not just age, but if you do not use it regularly, because now I have been homeschooling and now I was studying my son's textbooks in order to teach him, because we were completely homeschooling without any school or anything. So obviously, I mean, I have started forgetting, and I don't feel ashamed to admit it, because yeah, that's human, and that's how we are different from today's computers and AI, right? So yeah, but how do we expose? The best part is, singing songs is the most effective and the easiest way to expose them to languages.
Thank you so much.
What good insight. Thank you.
So well said, Amrita ma'am. I'll try singing song. Have you heard Jian sing? Well, my daughters will get a chance now.
Oh, lovely.
Jian from Doraemon, and you close your ears when I start singing.
Okay, on that note, can I share one more piece of gyan?
Floor is yours, ma'am.
So, you know, sorry, hello. Yeah, so right now, Daudji, when you were saying, you said that, someone will start singing and then someone will close their ears, because in a way that, okay, how bad the singer is, right? Again, I strongly feel that singing is overrated. Good singing is overrated. Why? I'll tell you. So okay, you are a professional singer, and then you do all the kind of competitions and all the kind of कि ये सूर बराबर नहीं आया, and then ये वो ताल से ताल नहीं मिला, and all the possible musical lingo which I don't even know is applicable. What I simply and strongly believe in is, गाने का हक सबको है. If we do not uh, kind of criticize each other, then I think there won't be any bathroom singers. There are bathroom singers because, I mean, it's good to sing when you're, having a shower, but being ashamed not to sing, being ashamed to sing outside of the shower is what I'm referring to. And if you truly are that, then please take out that that fear from your mind, because I strongly feel, and everyone should always remember this, that singing is like your birthright. Don't give it away. अगर किसी को पसंद नहीं आता है, they can shut their ears, but that doesn't mean you stop singing, because सबको लता मंगेशकर दी के जैसे आवाज नहीं मिली है, but that doesn't mean we don't get to sing. So singing is part of growing up, because remember, as a child, we started our education with songs. We started with Jack and Jill. We started with nursery rhymes. We did not know the meanings. We did not have the fear. We all just sang, and that is how we grew. But as we grew older, everyone around us, ये जो society है, ये जो समाज है, they started criticizing कि अरे ये कितनी अच्छी गाती है, तुम क्यों इतने बेसुरे हो? जो बेसुरा है उसे भी गाने का हक है. That is your right. So don't give away your birthright. Everyone has the right to sing, no matter how you sing, what you sing. That's your choice.
Any other predictions?
I think it's so wonderful, Ananya ma'am, and we almost are done. Thank you, Avataf ma'am. But we don't leave. This is Golden Sparrow. I can't leave Amrita Langs. So this is language. We have a 5 minutes quiz, ma'am, with you and us together. And don't worry, it's like our CBSE का paper है. बहुत tough quiz रहेगा, out of syllabus question रहेगा, right? And we'll start it. I don't know how does it look like, but we'll try it out together. And we have an expert with us. अमिताभ बच्चन केबीसी में जो बोलता है ना, phone a friend, ये अमृता मैम वो phone a friend है हमारे. Can we go ahead and ma'am do it?
Sure.
Okay. So you have to just guess the language, and very quickly, first ma'am will go ahead, and then we'll see if you get it right or wrong. Hola, which language is this? Okay, that looks good. I think with her, I think I'll get 10 out of 10. Guten Tag.
German.
Nice. Oh, this is Ciao. Is that right? How you pronounce?
Ciao. Italian.
Oh, Bella Ciao. Oh, I know Bella Ciao. Money high se aaya. It says language.
Konnichiwa.
Oh my goodness. She really knows, huh, guys? We are not pulling it out. Bonjour.
I can see. Okay, French. Now I can see. Yeah.
Oh, you can? Let me go next. Okay, here we go.
I can't see the screen when it goes up. It's Thai. Though I don't speak Thai, but I know the script, so I would say Thai.
Oh, wow. You're an expert, ma'am. You are a phone a friend, so...
Yeah, this is Zdravstvuyte. It's written in Russian.
It's Russian? Oh, this is the only language I knew all the words that were written. What language is this?
This is Chinese, Mandarin.
I have no idea. Really?
Ni hao, yeah.
Ni hao. Oh, wow. Where are we here?
This is Arabic.
Oh, yes, he is. I think she's not got... This is... 1 crore का सवाल है ये. I don't think I need to even ask her. नमस्ते, मुझे इतना पता है, हिंदी में मुझे CBSE में अच्छे मार्क्स मिले थे.
Yeah. This is Greek.
Oh, this is Greek? Wow.
Yes.
This is news to me. Okay, how many we got? We got 15 questions and we on 14? Or
this is Korean. I don't know. I have not learned Korean, but yes, this is Korean. I know that.
I have learned Korean, ma'am.
Yeah,
oh,
lovely.
And don't worry, my daughter is ready to marry Jungkook. So we are on the same page. The last question on the screen, perhaps.
Romanian. Okay, I don't know this language, but I think it is Romanian. I don't know this language.
Really? Okay, Irish.
Irish. Oh.
So it's not scripted. Everybody, don't worry. There are two more. It's 14 and 15.
Sure, this is Hebrew.
Wow, this is Hebrew. Wow. It says Jesus spoke Hebrew or Latin. I have no idea. Ola is, I think, 15 or 15. मुझे तो ये गाड़ी लगी, टैक्सी नहीं है मैम?
नहीं है, Ola.
Oh my goodness, you are brilliant. 14 out of 15. So we did honestly. Ma'am had no idea this was coming. This is Golden Sparrow. Congratulations, Amrutha ma'am. And I think we did very well. Over to you, Ananya ma'am.
That was really sweet of you all.
Thank you, ma'am. This was so nice. Thank you to my dear parents also. I hope you have cleared all your doubts and our aim for tonight, that is Mission Magic of Life, is accomplished. We would not been able to conduct such an event without your support. So, my dear parents, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I would also like to express my gratitude and thank you to our chief guest, Dr. Amruta Joshi ma'am, Dr. Daud Vaid sir, Shazia ma'am, our principal Joyce ma'am, Christina ma'am. Thank you, dear teachers, and of course, my dear students. So, here is a wrap for today's event. Thank you for joining. Thank you to everyone, and a huge good night to everyone. Please be with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank
Ma'am,
you.
thank you. It's our pleasure, and the certificate will reach you hopefully soon.
Sure.
And it's
Yes.
been honor to have you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody, and
Yes.
have a lovely festive season and a great weekend.
You too. Bye.
Bye
Thank you,
bye. Thank
sir.
you.